Hey, what's up guys, I'm Sami, and in this video we're going over some of the best features rumored to be included in the upcoming Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Now this is based off a range of credible leaks we've been seeing, but it is still quite possible that some of these things might not be true, so you should take everything with a pinch of salt. That said, these things do look to be quite likely to happen, which is a great sign because some of these features here are looking absolutely crazy. Now guys, I've also made a review on the Samsung Galaxy S8 and a video talking about whether or not the Note 8 will be exploding, which obviously it won't. You can watch both of those by clicking the I in the top right, but let's just get right into the video. So first off, we're probably going to be seeing the inbuilt fingerprint scanner that the S8 tried to include last time around. It's going to be right in the screen, probably around the bottom of the display, and it's going to work exactly as any other fingerprint scanner you've used, only it won't be a separate feature. It's going to be baked right into the display itself, and that means you get a much larger area to use the fingerprint scanner, but more importantly, placement for it is going to be super convenient. We actually saw remnants of it in the S8 because it was actually rumored to do this as well, but they just didn't have enough time to complete the design, and that could be why there's just a capacitive 3D touch situation going on at the bottom where you just have a home button instead. It was probably made that way because they didn't have a chance to finish what they started, so they just had to fill it in with another feature. That also explains the somewhat questionable placement of the fingerprint scanner next to the camera. Some people have said that it's just because they didn't have enough time to put it anywhere else, so that would have been their backup plan. Next up, this one is looking to be just as crazy as the last one because we could be seeing an even larger display than the S8, measuring in at 6.3 inches this time. That's already gonna make the display much better than before, but it's also looking like it's going to come with a 4K display resolution. The rumored resolution is said to be 3840 by 2160, which is gonna take smartphone display technologies to a whole new level. Now we've already seen this with one of Sony's smartphones, so it's not going to be the first one to do this, but it is going to mean that everything is going to be extremely crisp and clear. Samsung has already been leading the way with displays coming from the S8, so it's really exciting to see if they can even top that with the Note 8. The S8 already produces colors as well as movie screens do, and it also has other benefits like being able to go very bright in sunlight so you can still see the display in harsh conditions. Now that said, this does look to be a bit of a shaky decision for Samsung to make because of the battery life concerns. They would have to play it very safe coming from the Note 7 disaster, so it could be that they choose not to include the 4K display at all. Alternatively, what I think is most likely that they're going to do is that they're going to include the 4K display anyway and advertise it at that, but the phone will ship at Quad HD by default. We saw something very similar with the S8 where it was set to 1080p out of the box, even though it can be bumped up to Quad HD in the settings, and it was advertised as Quad HD as well. 4K also might not be entirely necessary for a smartphone screen as well, but we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. So going back to security for a moment, we saw the iris scanner make its first appearance in the Note 7 and now the S8. It's an extremely cool way to unlock your smartphone, and it actually works pretty well when you can't use the fingerprint scanner. So for example, when your hands are wet or if you're wearing gloves, this can work as an alternative. It's also just as secure, if not more so than fingerprints, which makes it a great addition which Samsung has put in. This time we'll be seeing an improved iris scanner because despite how cool it actually was, it still didn't work very well all the time. It's quite hard to use when you're wearing glasses or contact lenses, and it also requires you to hold it up in a slightly awkward position. This time with the Note 8 though, we're expecting it to become even faster to unlock and to also play more nicely with glasses, which of course a lot of people including myself use all the time. With iris scanning technologies getting better each day, it should be quite interesting to see how else they can make it a better experience from using the S8. I can honestly say that it still needs some work before it becomes as reliable as fingerprint scanners are today. Next up, previous Note smartphones have also featured the S Pen as a built-in stylus, and this year we'll be seeing a new and improved S Pen boasting some pretty cool features. As usual, it's going to be refined to work with less lag and be more accurate, but this time they're also including a new piece of tech to locate the S Pen from your Note 8 if you lose it, and potentially even the other way around as well. That means, according to these leaks, if you lose one of the two devices, you can still find the other one, which is gonna be super convenient. Now, tied into convenience, the S Pen has also been really useful in regular usage because it allows you to do a lot of extra things like making GIFs on the screen and drawing on the screen as well. Of course, we can now do that on the S8 as well, but the experience is just much more refined when you're using a stylus instead. And lastly, this one is a little bit unusual, but I'm really looking forward to the speakers in the Note 8. It's safe to say that the speakers in the S8 are probably the worst in any smartphone, but that is understandable considering its IP68 rated dust and water resistance. Now obviously we're hopefully going to be getting IP68 certification with the Note 8 as well, but in the newest leaks it also looks like the inbuilt speakers are being designed by AKG. If you guys watched my S8 review, which again you can check out by clicking the I in the top right, you'd know that I found the AKG headphones that come with the S8 to be really good, and seeing as though they were worth $100 but came for free, I was very impressed. So knowing that AKG can make genuinely good audio products, it looks like we're going to be getting some impressive speakers this time around. In fact, there are also certain leaks suggesting a dual front-firing speaker setup, somewhat similar to the iPhone 7 Plus. The iPhones from last year have great audio capabilities, so if it turns out to be anything like that, it's going to be great for the consumers, and I've been reading all of your comments as usual, and I've noticed that some of you are actually quite concerned about speakers, so this should be a major plus for you. So the Note 8 is looking to be a really interesting smartphone with a bunch of cool features that we should really be looking forward to. My favorite is probably going to be the iris scanner improvements, because if they get it right, it's going to be something I know I'll personally be using all the time. Right now it's like 80% using the fingerprint scanner and just 20% with the iris scanner when I use my S8, just because I do wear glasses, so it's quite slow to work. But I'm of course going to be picking up the Note 8 for review, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss that. But with that, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you hit that like button, and I'm out. Peace.